finally got OTP 17, and I wanted to try this for a while, so I figured I would just try doing some gameplay footage for you guys. This is my first foray into this, so bear with me. I'm sure I'll figure things out along the way. But yeah, I'm just going to kick things off here by trying to pick a new standard game here. Get all these leagues included. And I'm just going to say call league that. I'll also have to figure out the editing part, so I'll probably edit out some of this downtime for you guys. I've noticed just from runs of tests that it seems like the gameplay is a little slower when I'm recording for some reason. Well, I guess it makes sense, but yeah. Now, once this loads up, I will figure out what team I'm going to be. Jays are my team in real life, but I don't want to start out with a team that's that good. I always try and take terrible teams in these games, try and turn them around, and not just teams that have a lot of young talent in the farm system here, but teams that are just a mess all around. So we'll see who that is. I think Oakland might be it. Done Oakland a few times in older versions of OTP. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. I've done a little testing with this version of Out of the Park Baseball, mostly with the Twins, because they were pretty bad, but I was able to have some moderate success right away, and I want to give myself more of a challenge, because that's more fun. And hopefully it's more fun for you guys as we watch the team that I'm trying to create struggle and make it frustrated with it, and try and turn things around. Heard the owner can be unreasonable for Oakland, so that's part of the reason I kind of lean towards them. This is taking too long to load, so I will probably cut the footage here if I can figure out how to edit properly, and then edit it back once we get to the team select screen. So we're back here. So I was just go with this name for whatever reason. Let's see here. And I think I just want to be general manager. Yeah, I used to play in that mode. I'm not going to turn on any of these other filters because it'll be fun if I get fired. And then I think we're going to go with Oakland here to do some research. We'll see. Okay, let's start this up. Shouldn't take too long to go. Okay, so understand. Let's see what we've got to see here. So goals wise, he wants us to play close to 500 ball this season. Hopefully that's doable. We'll see when I take a look at the team. Wants us to upgrade at center field, which makes sense. It's usually a place I like to target anyhow at first. Sign Josh Reddick to an extension. Okay, and acquire a hometown player, so that'll be interesting. I don't think I've ever had that challenge in the older versions of the game, so we'll see how we figure that out. That should be probably easy. And then reach the World Series in the next 3 seasons. Well, that's a little, yeah, I think that's a little out there for this team. Yeah, I guess I was their only real candidate, which I don't think says too much about how good Oakland, their chances of hiring a good manager there. Anyhow, let's take a look at this team here. So I'm just gonna the manager, see what he would do with both these before I go through them. Okay, so pitching wise, let's see. So Chris Bissett, right-hander, 27, still cheap. 5 years of professional. It's not arbitration eligible yet. Doesn't look very good. What do we got next? Kendall Graveman. So he's durable. He's young. He's only 25. He's still cheap. He's a mediocre pitcher in this game. I feel like he's better in real life than he is here. So my scout doesn't like him. Okay, so that's part of it. I have to look at who my scout is here. But let's see. Sonny Gray, so right-hander, durable again. He's obviously the ace of this staff. He's the guy that I'll be building my staff around, I think, going forward here. Jesse Hahn, another right-hander here, another guy who isn't rated very well by either my guy or the OSA. Yeah, at least he's cheap, but he's 26. Rich Hill, who's the most expensive starter I got here, left-hander, $6 million. This guy I actually kind of like in real life a little bit. Stats are good. This game doesn't like him too much, so it's got a good curveball. Bad control. Probably won't be here for too long. I might try and ship him out if I can. Although I'll need another left-hander. I like having at least one left-hander in my rotation. So we've got Axford here. He's probably going to be. Well, I'll take a look, but he's a decent reliever. He's got no control, but he's got really good stuff and really good pitches. So we'll give him a spin. He's only signed for 2 more years. I should see Hill. Yeah, Hill's only signed for this year. Okay. So Axford's got 2 more years. Decent money. Might try and move him out. Oh. See, like I said, the game gets a little laggy. It's just when I'm recording. Anyhow, Dubront is terrible. But we might keep him around for some spot starts. He's a left-hander. He could fill a need there this year if I move out Hill. Hendricks, he's 27, right-hander. He is probably the best reliever here. Yeah. He's arbitration eligible in the offseason. I might try and re-sign him to an extension. We'll see how that goes. Mad Dog Madsen, also pretty good reliever here. No chance he'll ever be a starter. But again, he is good. A little expensive side, so I might see what I can get for him on the market there. But he's got 2 good, decent pitches, and the changeup is really his key pitch there. Fly ball right-hander here, Mr. Fernando Rodriguez. 31. He's cheap. He's only signed for a year. Yeah, he's got a good changeup. 2 other good pitches. Bad control, though. We'll see how it goes with him. I'll give him a roll. And then, yes, Scrabbled here. I remember him when he was Blue Jays prospect way back when. Bad stats last year. Bad stuff overall. None of this adds up to good things, but he's only signed for a year. So at least there's that. I think that's... Oh, yes, Doolittle, the closer. So clearly the best of the pitchers in the bullpen here. It's got some competition anyhow, but 29 years old, signed very cheap until this team option season, which will probably decline when he gets there because he'll be, 33? And again, he's a guy I might see what the market's like for him. Although he's really cheap for a couple of years, it might make more sense to keep him. We'll see how that goes. That's it for the pitchers. So let's look at the lineup here. So Josh Flagley. See, I like my backup catchers to be good defensively. He's not that, so I'll try to move on from him. And Voigt, it's an okay catcher. Got okay around the board stuff, but he's 31. Oh, he's cheap. I don't know why my scout likes him so much, but we'll figure that out. Yonder Alonso here, 28. Relatively cheap, arbitration eligible. Solid first baseman. He's decent. I might keep him. We'll see. Who knows, really, with everybody on this team, this team's probably going to look very different in a year or two. So Mark Hanna, backup first baseman here. Plays good defense. A little bit of gap power. Isn't great overall, but he's cheap, so you could do in a pinch. Chris Coughlin isn't good. He's expensive for this year, but he's only here for a year. I'd probably try and move on for him, or at the very least, he'll be gone at the end of the year. I won't be bringing him back. Jed Lowry, He's an okay second baseman. Decent all around. He's paid too much money. Yeah, geez, 7.5, 6.5 at least. Team option third year with a 0. I don't have to pay him anything if I buy him out, so I might get rid of him. We'll see what I can do there. Danny Valencia is a solid third baseman. Can play a little bit of outfield too, corner outfield anyhow. Okay, hitter, we'll see. It's only signed for a year, arbitration eligible. I'll probably let him walk in the offseason, more than likely. Marcus Semien, scout's really high on his potential. I don't really see why. The OSAs as well. It's not good defensively. I don't like that from a shortstop. Yeah, I'll see what I can get for him. Mark it there. Chris Crush Davis. Hits homers. Doesn't do much else. Plays okay defense. Could steal the odd base here or there, but very rarely he strikes out a whole lot. But in left field, he's cheap. I think he's arbitration eligible. Yeah, almost $4 million, but still, that's not much to pay. He might be around for a year or two here. We'll see. Billy Burns. I could see why they want us to upgrade center field here. Not great defensively. Hits okay, decent average, and he can steal bases, so I kind of like him for that. But I'll try and upgrade there. He's cheap. He's still young. Really always great for stealing bases and getting on base, which are nice things that I usually like to have, but my owner doesn't really like that, so we'll see what we can do there. Coco Crisp, another solid outfielder. Anyhow, can play the corner outfield well. He can steal bases again, get on base a little bit. He had a really bad average. Yeah, we'll see. But $11 million is a team option next year. It's only $1 million to buy him out. He might stay around this year anyhow. He's well respected, so I might keep him on just for that aspect. Josh Reddick. So this is the guy they want me to resign. 6.5 now. We'll see what he wants. Voight's case, decent. He's decent all around. Plays the corner really well. He's a great right fielder. Steals some bases. Yeah, I don't mind re-signing him, depending on what he wants here. And then Billy Butler, my DH. Not a great hitter, according to my scout. No great stats. $10 million a year. Ooh, not good. That's a lot of money for a DH. So, let's go back here. Check out my personnel here. That's my scouting director. We're really good at studying the amateurs, which is good. International, he's just good. Minor leagues, he's excellent. And major leagues, he's good. I'll actually probably keep him. Signed to a decent contract for quite a few years. I don't know if there's a good reason to get rid of him. I'm sure there's some better personnel out there. But I am going to probably replace my pitching coach here. I don't like that. Fair rating there. My hitting coach, I don't love. Doesn't have good relationship with any of the guys. We'll put the pitching coach here. Great. Yeah. So I'm going to try and fix that. And bench coach. Yeah, none of these guys are guys that I'm really eager about keeping, and he's got a bad relationship with Josh Reddick, who's a guy who's definitely going to be staying around. So, yeah, he'll probably move on. And the rest of the staff here isn't great, so let's change a couple settings here, guys. Gonna let my assistant handle free agent signings and releases for the minor leagues. Minor league managers. He's going to do the promotions, demotions. Minor league managers are going to do the lineups and depth charts. Personnel, I still like to control, so I'll keep that and everything else. And then the lineup and depth charts, it's all up to the manager. So should take a look at what he looks like again. It's Melvin, who's okay. I don't like this temperamental, never do, but we'll see how the year goes. I'll keep that in my pocket to fire him. So let's look at personnel here, guys. So pitching coach, scout actually. See, there's good scouts on the market. Oh, that guy's nice. How much does he want? Probably gonna eat a lot of that other guy's money. Yeah. Anyhow, I don't think it's realistic that he'd let me replace that guy right away. Anyhow, so coach tendencies here. Let's look at the reputation. So I want a good pitching coach that's going to be able to work for my guys. So let's look at the charts over here. Finesse pitchers. Be good with Doolittle. Do I have any ground ballers? Sonny Gray, yeah. And Graveman. Power pitchers. Nobody. So I want a finesse or a ground baller, more than likely. So ground baller is probably best. Coughlin's a little younger. Doug Henry. Personal, conventional. I like that. It's probably cheaper. So offer contract. 4 years. Because I want to keep him around for a bit. Well, let's do 3 years. I think it might change pretty quickly here. And hitting coach, I want to replace too. So, let's see, patience. I think I want a power guy here. Neutral doesn't do anything. I looked at patience earlier, right? Okay, contact. Don't have any contact hitters, so probably Mr. Cron here. So we're all like contact hitters. Oh well. Let's see what you want, Cron. So 316. Let's go. Yes, okay. So I'm gonna offer him 280 again for 3 years. I just like to have good coaches, especially in the majors, but also in AAA, because those are the guys that are really gonna steer the ship here. So Venture. What's his relationship here? Oh, I know he's one of the top prospects here. Yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do there. Oh, that's one thing I didn't do. Take a look at the prospects here. So, top prospects, we got Sean Manana. I think it's Manana. Comment down below if you know how to pronounce that. I clearly do not. Probably look that up between the next video, since I'm sure he's a guy that I'll be wanting to look at. So he looks decent. I know Barreto there is. He's a former Blue Jays prospect, so I know a little bit about him. He's a guy that I'll hopefully see in the majors soon. A couple of years, anyhow. Chapman here. So really, none of these guys look too close. I just want to take a look at AAA. Neil's close. Probably bring him up at some point this year. Weddlekin will get a look after some more time there. Wendell's had some time, so he'll probably come up. Smolinski, he needs more time in the PCL there. Then we got Brugman here. Yeah, he needs some more time. So I don't think we're close on anybody outside of maybe Wendell here. Yeah. he'll come up. I don't know if right away, but sometime this year. And I think Neal will be up. And eventually Manea will be up, but I don't want to rush him. Smolinski probably will look. He's 27. He probably, oh yeah, he deserves a call up. So he can back up there. So going back here, what was it doing here? Right. I want to replace these guys. So just the way I like to do things. I might cut this part out, but I like to have good hitting coaches in the minors. Just something I really strive for doing. Or sorry, AAA anyhow. That's what I like to do. So contact guy. Let's try power guy. He'd be good. Oh, it's manager. I was looking at replacing. So small ball. I want a guy who's gonna be good at development. Anderson. So he's good. It's average here. So let's see. Good development here. So I think he's a guy now. Bad influence on Manea, or lower influence. And it's going to have a worse relationship with Manea. But he's good kind of with the rest of the guys here. Manea's not going to be there that long. Do I build around him? What is it about Manea here? He's a fly ball. That's probably why. So Alterage might be better here. Yeah, see, so I want a more conventional guy, but I need a guy that, sorry, sabermetric guy. I need someone who's good at developing guys, because I don't want to do something just for this year. He's average. That's bad news, unfortunately. Tactician here. Okay, you know what? Let's Aldridge. Who's good with? No. It was Anderson, wasn't it? I think it's probably all just like, come on, buddy. Relationships. Yeah. Can I sign? Yes. Nashville. 2 years. So let's go 2 million. Oops, wrong key there. 3 years. I end up paying that. So we'll see what they do. The other thing I want to take a look at here was my personnel, my trainer. Good at fatigue recovery. Okay, I'm just going to see if there's a better trainer out there. I'm going to skip all this stuff for you guys because you guys probably don't care. And we'll come back, yeah, after I've done all this. Okay, so we're back here, guys, and I'm just gonna do a couple of these quick hitters so that I can make my owner happy. So first, I'm gonna offer radical extension. Wow. $17 million. It's a lot of money for this dude. He's got an opt-out after year 3. I'm okay with that, actually, because he might opt out, think he's going to get a big payday, and then I don't have to worry about keeping around, because these years are going to suck. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some money off these years. This is going to be a team option with a $2 million buyout. And then I'm just going to go 16. See if he's well at that. That's a lot of money. $119 million. I'm okay with the awards because you never get one anyhow. 16. See, I don't mind. I think paying them 16 for that year. It's this year. I just want to bring it down a little bit there. Okay, so. Oh, I don't have the budget room. How am I offering an extension after you're not giving me the budget room to sign up to an extension? Okay, so I guess before I can even do that, I gotta figure out what I can, who I can get rid of here, because I think I'm way over budget. I didn't even look at that. So, got $3 million available. Right now I got negative $8 million. Ooh, I got $8 million for extensions. I gotta clear out some space here, so. So, did a couple minor things. There's international free agents that I could offer contracts to. So I went with what guys that my scout recommended that were a little underpriced. I like to do that for the first couple of years, just try and restock the farm systems for these bad teams. Take some swings. A couple guys pan out. It's better than spending all your money on one guy if he doesn't pan out. So, and I haven't found a whole lot of sure things. There's the occasional guy who's a sure thing as you go through. But anyhow, so you can see there's a couple relievers, a couple shortstops, and center fielders. Generally positions I tend to target. So we've got this Diego Blanco. Eventually, I think he can be a starter. My scout really likes him. As you can see, the OSA doesn't. But my scout really thinks he can anchor rotation. He's got good stuff, according to my scout, good movement potential, and really good control potential. And then you can see his fastball, slider, and changeup. The OSA loves his stuff, likes his slider and his changeup, but doesn't think he has any control and doesn't think much of his movement. So, so we'll see how he goes. I think what I paid him was, none of these guys get paid much. $650 for him. We've got Zonga. So as you can see, it's got good stuff, movement, and control according to my scout. It's a solid fastball, slider, and a changeup. Again, he's a guy who could eventually be a starter, but we'll see. Soto, who's 15, so this guy's 17. This guy's 16. Livian Soto, just 15 years old. But as you can see, my scout loves him. The OSA does not, although I think that he's got some potential. But my scout thinks he can be a decent defender, which he'll eventually end up at second, I think. He's really good at avoiding strikeouts, got a good eye, makes good contact, decent home run power, very little gap power, but he's going to be a solid hitter overall, I think. Ricardo Mendez is only 16, plays really good outfield. So if he ends up a center fielder, great. If he doesn't, I think he'll be a very good corner outfielder. He's a great all-around guy, and he steals. He also has good effort, which I like. Again, you can see the OSA didn't love him. Thinks he's going to make good contact and be a good base stealer, but that's about it. since my scout has really good ratings for international scouting, I'm going to defer to him when I sign these guys. So, and then you can see this guy. So this is guy OSA doesn't like again. But again, you can see that my scout loves him. This was really the big catch for me. Has really good contact, got power ratings, okay home run ratings, really good eye, or solid eye. He avoids Ks well. He's a really good base runner, steals a lot of bases, decent speed, and he's a good infielder. I think he's going to be a second baseman for me. He was the big get for me, and I only had to give him just under $1 million bonus. So he was the guy that I really wanted to get here, so that's worked out. You can see Jimmy Rollins, Chicago was able to get rid of him to Milwaukee. Not sure what's going on there. And then you got a couple guys that are close to negotiating here. So I'll come back in a minute. Hopefully, I made a couple free agent offers as well as those manager offers and stuff. So we'll see what happens. See, I got trade rejected. I signed my hitting coach, so that's good. Anyhow, I'll be back in a minute, and hopefully I'll have some updates for you guys. So a few more days have gone by here. I went and signed this guy, hoping he would help me fulfill that Oakland requirement, but it didn't work. Probably because I signed him to a minor league contract. But that's okay. It gives me a defensive catcher in the minor leagues. That's fine. You can see I got the pitching coach to sign on, so Henry will now be our pitching coach. Feel good about that. And you can see I made a couple trades. Just wanted to clear up some space. Obviously, the cap's a big issue with this team. Not the cap, sorry, just the budget. Don't have a whole lot of money. This owner's pretty tight-pocketed so far. So we made a couple trades here. We made one trade with the Pirates and one trade with San Francisco there with the Giants. So first we sent Coco Crisp out of town. Great defender, but not missing much besides his defense and his stolen bases, and I'm okay with that. Had to give up a good prospect here in Matt Chapman. Decent prospect in Nick Collins, and another good prospect in Jose Ramirez. And then I also gave up Chris Bassett, who was going to be one of our starters this year. But I didn't like him overall, so it was fine moving him. Exchange, I get this minor league pitcher here, Nestor Orano. He's okay. I think he's a little underrated by the OSA and even my scout. I think he's going to be an okay starter, probably a reliever more long term is what I think he'll be. But it helps me clear a lot of cap space there with Chris going out. And then I moved a couple other high-priced bets on this team. Jed Lowry, he was a good player, but time for him to move out, especially because I got a second base replacement who I could play this year. Couple decent prospects, and then Danny Valencia, who's really good defensive player, as well as a pretty good hitter. It's going to hurt to lose him. Hoping I can replace him in free agency, but we'll see what happens. In return, I get Clayton Blackburn, who I think will come up almost right away for me, if not a little bit into the year. Good minor league pitcher. Get a solid minor league shortstop guy who's a couple years away. Another third base prospect who's a couple years away, and a reliever who I think might come up and pitch this year, hopefully soon, but we'll see. Either way, clear some space, so now you can see if I go to my, I've got money to spend. Which was what I was hoping for. I got some cash for extension, so I could try and re-sign Reddick. I might try a couple other things. Just a free agency here. Don't want to sign Gurriel just because he's a good defender. He's a good player. He's durable. He's old. It's really the thing. I think Lander here, or Yander La-O. It's an interesting name. He's a guy I think I might try and sign. And then he's probably the one guy I'll try and sign. If that doesn't work, I think I'll probably just take the money and try and re-sign Reddick there. So I think this will be my last update for this video, and then the next video will probably be, I'll play probably a quarter of the way to the season, update you guys on anything that I do there. Anyhow, I got that trainer that I was trying to sign. He signed with the team. Looks like Houston signed Gurriel. Like I said, he was a little too old for me. They got him for a good deal, so maybe I should have tried to go after him. Still haven't done anything with third base. Kind of a hole in my lineup this season. I'll review that in a second. He wants us to stay even. The owner does here. He's controlling. He's lenient, which is good. But I am nowhere close to any of these right now. So we'll see what happens with that. I should have an update. Hopefully the next one will be just a short update. Opening day, I played past that. We didn't have any games. We don't have anybody. We have two guys in the top 100 here. We are 23rd in the organizational rankings. We've got Pete Blackburn. We've got Blackburn and Manea here, 38th and 84th. I hope by next year we're much higher than that. It's part of one of my own goals for this season. You can see here, bad matchups off the start. Crisale, Quintana, Rodon, and Latos. This one will be tight, just because Gray's really good. Graven might be able to keep up here, but then we just get destroyed. Their best players are all pitchers, except for third base here. So it'll be an interesting series. Actually, I'll just sim through that series there. DeBrot is going to be in the rotation here, just kind of at force. I called Neil up. We'll see how he does here in the first series here. I'll play through those first 4 games. And then we've got call up Wendell and Smolinski here. Smolinski is just going to be the backup outfielder. Wendell is going to be a backup infielder. Looks like Smolinski's also going to get some starts at first. Doesn't matter what we're facing here. Our lineup isn't great. Burns leading off, Alonso, Reddick in the 3 spot, Davis in the 4th, Voigt 5th, then Butler, Coughlin, Simeon, and Canna. I do want to see what I can get for Simeon a little later, but we'll play a little bit. So let's just get through these first couple games, and maybe somebody will sign with us. That'd be nice. Loss 3-1. Oh, we got a win. Oh, we got. Okay, so we do have a sign, so that's good. So he signed. So I'll go add him. So I gave him $7 million, which is great. Let's assign him to the team. Really solves my third base right now. Kenna's playing there. It's not great, so we're just going to throw him on here. He should allow my manager to have a much better. And then there we go. He can back up DH. He can back up first. My rotation is still not going to be great, but that's fine. I'm not trying to solve that this year. So far, decent capacity. I've still got some money, so I can try and hopefully have a little bit, clear some more space. I forgot that I checked the disabled list. So they got Sogard here, Jared Parker, Henderson Alvarez, who's okay, RJ Alvarez, who I think will be okay, and then Sam Fold here. So we've got money tied up there as well as players. They're all out long term. It's not great. So we'll see what happens there. I am excited, though, about seeing what Clayton Blackburn can do in his first few games in the minors. Same with Manea. He'll probably come up, help solidify the rotation. I don't have a whole lot of hope coming on anybody but Lambo up here, maybe Brookman. But we'll see what Wendelken does here. He's a guy that I could see pitching AAA. And maybe getting a look at the end of the year. Bretto probably won't get any looks. I don't want to rush him. So we'll see what happens here. My international complex has a couple guys here that I'll probably still pretty young here, though. But I'll probably give him some looks. Just the Arizona League and stuff. These guys are all going to get some time. Get them on the road here. These guys, I say, so we'll get him started. He's 19. I don't like leaving guys in here past 18 generally. 18 is usually the time I'll call them up. Who knows? We'll see if any of those guys hit. So 2 games in here. We'll get to the next couple here. Probably a couple losses here. I'll be surprised. Oh, jeez, that's a nice big win. What happened here? Hahn pitched really well. Hendricks, nice. Little end here. Rodon pitched well, but then Jennings got lit up, which helped. It looks like Chris Davis went off. Having Lau in there helps. So let's play this final game. So I'm at 500 through the first series, which is better than I thought it'd be. And we'll see how this lineup works out. Davis going to bring us some pop, but I think Yander Lao, I guess, is his last name. I think he's going to be a nice addition for us. Hits second versus left-handers, bottom lineup versus righties. I think he's going to help our lineup anyhow, our offense. I don't trust this rotation, obviously. I think the top's good, but then goes downhill pretty quickly. I got decent relievers. So we'll see. I'll update you guys on that.